Alright, let's get out of the way. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment if you like. I don't know about you, but I feel kind of annoyed that it's going to come in two parts and not just a full movie. It's like watching a superhero movie, and right when they're about to make the big fight scene, it just cuts there. So what happened in Attack on Titan's final season, the final chapters, episode 1, part 1, act 1, movie 1, season finale. So it starts off the same way that episode 1, season 1 started, with Eren crying. Man, he's changed a lot since then, huh? It'd be really funny if this is all just in his head, or he becomes isekai or something like that. How many people would be shocked if that was the case? Leave a comment down below and what would your feelings be like. So these two boys are trying to hide money so they can finally save up to get their family out of this poverty, but this kid has had so many crazy plans that he got his left hand cut off. But truly, these kids don't really matter because that's just a setup for what's actually to come. They feel the ground shaking and everyone starts running away, and even the birds are flocking away. And they turn around and a bunch of these big Titans are coming. And I'm not sure what world he's in, but he hasn't destroyed this town yet. And for some reason, he's just walking around like a normal human being. And he's already thinking, I'm gonna kill everyone here. Dog, animal, human, it doesn't matter. To me, he's giving off incel vibes. And again, it sucks because he knows that if all the Eldians were to die, the Titan problem would probably go away. So the kids from the beginning are running away from all these Titans just like everyone in the town are. But one problem, the kid's money, his whole savings, fall out of his hands because some adult bumped into his arm and it all falls. All his coins, all his bills, all that shit. And because he's a child, he needs to save the money so he can get his parents out of this, but he needs to save himself first. So even though the big Titans are already on their way, he goes back and tries to pick up every single coin. And his friend also joins him, and the problem is that the Titans kick these towers and all the rocks and stuff fall all over them. And right before he dies, oh, this is not spoiler free, just in case you're already this far, I'm going to spoil all of it. He sees two people. One is the guy who was helping him, he dies first, and he's already terrified because he didn't have to die. And literally, when the Titan's smashing his face, he sees a mirror. And unfortunately, these Titans are so big, they're probably going to kill you and start destroying this whole town. So the rumbling is starting now. So for about 5 minutes, they show us the townspeople and how desperate they are to live and how much they're upset that they're going to die. And I'm thinking, wow, this fucking sucks. I mean, this guy shot himself because he couldn't take the pressure of running away. So Eren figured out that outside the town is not what he really wanted. In the books, it said that it was going to be like this and everything was going to be perfect. But nope, it was nothing like that. And I just take that as, be careful on what you think is the perfect world for you. It might not be. There's always going to be problems, and there's always going to be things that you don't like. And of course the opposite, right? Really great things and a lot of good experiences. So unlike this show, you should probably think more positive than negative. But this is Attack on Titan, so let's get back to it. So Armin and Annie have their special moment. They start liking each other, and I'm thinking, whoa, I did not see that coming at all. This whole season, who would have guessed? And what are they talking about? What does the phrase good person mean to each of them? This show truly likes eyeballs, and I get it. Sometimes they say that in the eyes you can see someone's soul. And to be honest, after seeing the show, it might be true. I feel there's so much fear in everyone's eyes. Just look at this guy. He's already screaming because he's been asleep for a while and he figures out that everyone's dead. I think we could all agree that everyone would be screaming at this point. So Annie and Mix end up having a girl conversation, and they're talking about how Annie likes Armin, and I'm shocked too. I feel like that's fucking crazy, no? And then Annie asks her, are you gonna kill Eren when you see him to save humanity? And she says, no, I'm going to try to bring him back, save him. Mikasa obviously likes him, and I'm thinking, that's a lost cause. Forget about that guy, just cut his neck off. And on the other hand, we see Yelena helping Eren figure out how they're gonna kill everyone. She said they should target the weakest point in Marley and then attack it there first. And then everyone's trying to make a plan on how to stop Eren and then kill him. Well, at least some of them want to save him for some reason, even though humanity would be saved if we just got rid of him. So they can't execute the plan because their planes are down, and they're working really hard to fix this plane. So everyone's trying to get their stuff ready. We figure out that Levi might not be able to fight with the swords, but he says, I just need 2 fingers to use this, not my whole hand. And I get it, this guy's supposed to be so badass, which he is, because that's a really cool line. And then Rainer apologizes to Annie for being such an asshole. If it wasn't for me, some of us would still be alive. And then she ends up forgiving him, giving him a hug and saying, it doesn't matter, that was in the past. A bunch of these nice moments are happening. So the engineers are really excited. They're like, we're about to take off in an hour, get ready. But out of nowhere, for some fucking reason, in the back you see Flock there, and I'm thinking, I thought he was fucking dead. And this guy's barely alive, but I get it. This is the character that's supposed to be so crazy, doing the weirdest shit. They say he got there because he's hanging out at the bottom of the ship, so when they're sailing, he was just under there. So he brings a gun, he tries to kill people, destroy the ship, and just causes crazy shit to happen. Then Mikasa ends up just killing him instantly. Boom, dead. Everyone thought they were going to survive the rumbling because the plane was going to take off, but nope. Flock just destroyed the ship, and now they have to repair it, and it's going to be really close if they do. The earth starts shaking and the rumblings here. They're really close to them. So they're going to need time to repair this thing. And so Hanji says, alright, I'm gonna go stall them, all of them, by myself because we came this far and there's no turning back. We killed too many damn fucking people, and people have died because of us, just to not do anything. Fuck that. Right before she goes and tries to kill them, she congratulates Armin for being the 15th Scout Regiment commander. Not anyone could be this position, so that's why I chose you. Please, take care of everyone. And I'm thinking, alright, I know what she's gonna do right now. Then she tells Levi that you and Armin are gonna be partners, so treat him harshly. And then Levi doesn't understand what she's saying, but then she says, come on, keep it up. I'm really excited to make my big exit. And now he understands. He says, fine, go be the main character of this movie. And then she rushes over there and she's flying there and she's really excited. She says, I love Titans! So obviously, she's killing a bunch of these fucking Titans. She's really good at hitting their napes. And while she's doing that, they're repairing the plane. But the problem is that they're big Titans and they move really quickly, so they're really close to the plane, and everyone's like, alright, it's done! Everyone hurry in! But the Titans are very, very close, and Hanji's trying to just kill them before they can even touch them. But the problem is they need much, much more time. And because the Titans release steam and at the frequency she's going, she ends up catching on fire. It's sad, but it's cool at the same time because she's fighting her heart out and she's letting out these really loud yells. But it's not cool because she catches on fire, her full body, and she's kind of like a comet, and then she just explodes. But thankfully it wasn't for no reason. They finally make it into the plane and they take off at the last second, just like a great action movie. And look, I know that he's evil, but do we have to see them just killing him on the ground even though he's already dead? So everyone on the plane is seeing her just explode and everyone's really crying. They're just like, why? Why, Hanji? Except Levi. He's really cool, very stone-faced until he says, so long, friend. Rest easy. Thank you. So for a moment there I was like, whoa, she's still alive and she's not burnt at all. But I figured out because everyone else who died is in the same place she is, and I'm hoping this is heaven. And she looks so calm and so happy, and all her friends are there, and she's telling them about how she became a commander and all of Eren's stuff, and they say, wow, you had it rough. Can't wait to hear about it. It's so wholesome and so nice that I'm thinking, wow, this might be the best scene in this episode. So good. That was the end of chapter 1, the rumbling, and now it's chapter 2, sinners. So they're flying this plane, and they notice that only half the tank is full, and the flight is very, very far. But the pilot swears that he's going to get them there, no matter what it takes. Meanwhile, they're making up a plan on how they're going to destroy Eren. So they're talking about how he has to be in that pile of bones, and he must be the head, but not really because the founder can just move him around the body. I'm going to kill Zeke, no matter if it ends my life. And right when they're saying sorry to Rainer, and he's saying sorry back to them, Eren starts teleporting them to a different world. And being the smart kid he is, Armin tries to negotiate with him and say, hey, don't do this. You could still come back and be a good person. The island will be okay now. And he tries a different way and says, I'm sorry, it was our fault. And everyone's like, yeah, it's our fault. And then Connie tells him, I was really mad at you because you killed Sasha and I really liked her, but I wasn't thinking that you were going through this pain. And then Eren doesn't respond at all until Levi says, hey, if you give up now, I'll give you a swift kick in the ass and then we'll call it even. Aren't you going to say something? And then he responds by saying, the rumbling will not stop. I'm going to save Paradise Island. And then where the bright light is, they see a boy, and it's Eren. They all run towards him. But them running after him is all illusion. They just run back in the same place again. I think they're trying to say that he's so much better than them, you won't even be able to reach him, even touch him. But he says that he's going to not hurt them at all, and the only people he's going to hurt is everyone around them. In fact, he won't even try to stop them. He says, if you want freedom, you're going to have to kill me. And the reason why he called them there is because he wanted to say that there's no point in trying to discuss this. We're done here. And they get back to the real world, and they're all surprised, thinking, there's no way to save Eren, we're going to have to kill him. So Annie's on a boat with an old lady and 2 kids, and they figure out that these 2 kids are geniuses. One, Gabi for some reason knows all the abilities of every single Titan, because she remembers a female Titan can copy other Titans' abilities. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is that? And this little boy, for some reason, because he was possessed by the Titan, now he has the memories of Zeke. He said the dream he was having, he was looking to the clouds and he can also fly in the air. So the people left on this island are really scared, and so the army of that world say, we have one last chance to save us. Here we go. And there's a bunch of armed people around these Titans. But judging from what happened in the past, they already know that this might not kill them at all, and they might just be dead. And they demonstrate something that's very true. So at the end, right when they're about to die, everyone says, I'm sorry that I didn't treat Blink really well. If I get a second chance, I'm going to be a whole different person. No, you're not. And so the plan is they're going to bring a lot of planes and they're going to drop bombs on these Titans and everyone's going to shoot at them at the same time. And so the Titans are getting closer and closer and they're just waiting for something to happen. They see a light coming out of the Titan and everyone's like, drop the bombs, drop the bombs. And that light that they're seeing was Zeke transforming. And now because he's in Titan form, he's gonna throw a bunch of rocks at these planes. And he just destroys a bunch of them like he was throwing the bombs at them. So the bombs basically miss most of these Titans and they barely cause any damage, even though it's a big burst of fire. So Zeke ends up destroying all the planes and all their hope is gone. Everyone's saying, alright, well, see you in the next life. All their weapons are used, all their hopes are gone. All they have left are tears and Eren has no remorse for them at all. But they find out soon that all hope is not gone. Scout Regiment has arrived, but they're playing so far up that it might land and kill them all, so they have to jump off. But it's so difficult jumping off because Zeke's throwing a bunch of these stones at them and destroying the plane with them. And even when they jump off, he's still throwing them, trying to kill them individually, and they keep dodging, which is good. And I love seeing Levi's eyeballs because then it's showing that he really wants to kill this guy. And when everyone starts landing, Rainer gets really close to Zeke and then transforms. And I'm thinking, this is a really good fucking battle, I can tell. And then the cart Titan also transforms, and now there's 2 Titans fighting Zeke. And all the people in the village are all happy. They're like, finally, there's people that are gonna help us. And the plane also stops, and he's trying to pull the plane all the way up, so he himself can make a quick landing. But I don't know, we'll see if he actually makes it. Who do you think is gonna win this battle? The Scout Regiment or Eren's team? Alright guys, that's the end of the video. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.